chance to look in at the robin nest today, and you can see there the chicks hunkered down. Yeah, great. Clutch of 5. 4 or 5 days old then. Good. Anyway, we're going to get out and get on my way. Yeah. Good news. Stretching across. Trying to hold it still. Right, we'll get up. Just having a little check back in on this long-tailed tit. It's like a broom ghost mixture, and as you can see in there, it's awkward. Really awkward to see the front entrance. But they're out. They are out of there. The youngsters have gone. Yeah. I've left that for a little while. But great. We'll get out of here. Just up on a little embankment, just overlooking some bramble gorse, and for the second week, I did this last week, and for the second week coal tits have come in. Now just directly beneath where I sit, it's a big craggy area, rocky area, and I went back round last week to see if I could spot any little holes in that area, but they're dropping down and in again this week. Yeah, they're up and down in there. There's I've got a better idea of where they're dropping into, and when I look back down in a couple of hours time, I'll have a little look, see where they're going in. There's definitely a nest in that crag. Yeah, find it. Get out. Yeah, just looking in there. There's a new dunnock. From the vantage point up the top, there's obviously no sitting bird here. It's just got the clutch of 2. It's a beauty. And I've just dropped down. There it is. Picked it up there, is it? Yeah. So yeah, dunnock was crisscrossing up the area, as well as linnet and yellowhammer. I've got a yellowhammer down here somewhere. Right, we'll get out of here. It's the terrain's not great here. Loose rocks. Right, watch your step. Territory. But, hey, see the shiny blues through there. Quite open. Then I'll see if I can push a bit of gorse across right to get out. There's a long tail there. There's nothing in. See a beautiful feather there. It doesn't look like it's been predated. I think they might be getting out of there. I mean, I'll have a look around the back for. Sometimes you've got to look at holes in the sides. There's a few feathers there. That's out the front. But I mean, the door, everything's intact. It hasn't been hammered. I'll have a look around the back. There you see, now that's great, really. There's quite a few droppings around. Aye, there. So that. A couple of feathers. But nothing significant for a ravaged nest now. I think they're actually out of there, which is great. I think there has been a success here. It's a little beauty. Right, carry on looking for that yellowhammer. Right, we get out. You know, I've been watching the yellowhammer from up top, the male singing, and as I was looking in this course, passed it once, and the obviously, well, that male had flown off, and then he, when I backtracked and came around the top, he had came back into the area, and I thought, right, this is the gorse to look in, and of course, when I've looked in this perfect bit of gorse, which I thought was perfect, a little flutter out, great, got it. When I'm in, C5 done it, no, C4 done it. I had the yellowhammer there. Right, we're going to get out of here. Aye, never, it's the second done it today. We'll get out. Happy days. Just in there, as you can see, is another wonderful linnet. This is a magnificent little nest. It's got a clutch of 3 in there at the moment. I found this, I'm backtracking. I cannot find Chiffchaff 12. Off the radar. Backtracking through a little bit of gorse. I knew it was a little bit higher up, was getting built the last time I seen it, and then I went from there round the corner and found the C5 linnet. Cannot find that little Chiffchaff nest, Chiffchaff 12. Anyways, I'm going to get out. This is absolutely magnificent. Bracken overhang, lovely that. Yellowhammer there, oh, they're all over today, yellowhammer. Right, we'll get out of here. Well, still no sign of Chiffchaff 12. It's gone right off my radar. But I remember finding 3 in quick succession. Now this one was the 3rd linnet I found, and this one I had young last week. Look how they're developing there now. The other 2 had C5s. Now the one after the Chiffchaff 12, just round the corner I described it as, I cannot locate that either. So I'm missing something here, but them 3 linnets were found in the, must have been in the space of 20 minutes, less than 20 minutes. And this was the 3rd of them. So 2 C5s and this, which is doing great. Look at them little beauties in there. Right, we're going to get out. There. And that was the peripheral C5 last week, which is now got the young in there. Newly arched. Great, good stuff, excellent. But Chiffchaff 12 earwall and that Linnet C5, which I describe as round the corner. No joy. Right, we'll get out. We'll I'm messing about too much on this one really, but yeah, it's good to see how the linnets are doing, I suppose, as well. But that Chiffchaff has got me completely baffled. It's hot. Right, out. Another new linnet here. This is loaded again. Youngsters in there. He's got a little feather on the side as well. It's low, that one. Hey. we'll get out here. It's a new one. Good stuff, get out. This was a linnet I found a couple of weeks ago. I think it had a clutch of 3 in. It had 3 or 4 in at the time. I'm going back 2 weeks on that. This is quite low, it's just on a little branch. Them chicks are doing great, as you can see there. Zoom in. Hey. Great. Get out of here. Just got a little seating position here. See if I can see them coal tits and where they're actually going in before I have a little look up there, and the little wren's just come in there. Whole section of moss in its beak, and it's building it up under that tree stump there. But the coal tit, I think, is just a little bit further along. So I'm waiting for it to come back in. It seemed to be quite active when I was sitting on the top, so I'm possibly feeding young, so it should come back quite regular. So we'll have a little look. But yeah, he's been in a little while, that wren. He's building his little nest up under there. Aye, right, out. Well, there's a little wren. See up there, it's building that up there. Working hard under the overhang. Right, I've got a good idea where this coal tit is now. But aye, that's a little wren. We'll get out. What the hell? Right, we'll get out. Yeah, coal tits dropping into here. This little crevice here. You can see the moss outline of the nest. I just blurred it there, but obviously it's deeper in the crevice. Active. I think there's young in here. Or for an endoscope, eh? Aye. That's its little entrance there. Dropping down off the top, and that's the little tree I guided it off. But it was, you could see its direction of movement. I thought maybe it's up there, but nah, it's here. It's definitely. Yeah. Slid down the bank. It's definitely there. Right, we're gonna get out. Just peering in at the little black cap, and approached very, very gently, and it took nothing for her to get off this nest. But you can see all the young have hatched out of this. See fine. That's great. I've checked on common white throat I have in this area, and full clutch of 5 birds sitting in the nest. Both the chiffchaff 6 and chiffchaff 4 are doing brilliantly. Both birds are nests, glued to nests. Chiffchaff 12 has been an absolute nightmare for me today because I cannot locate that nest back. I don't know. I'm going to have to go back and think about this, but this is my last stop now. I'm going to get picked up very soon. Right, we'll get out of here. This is great news, this. Superb. Right, get out.